Hello everyone, today's story is all about beans. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. This is Beans. Here's a walking, talking tin of baked beans. He has 2 eyes, 2 arms and 2 legs, just like you and me. He lives in a country called Foodland. It's a place full of food living in funny shaped houses. Beans lived in a funny shaped house. His house was shaped like a shelf. The perfect home for a tin of beans. It was Friday, which meant it was a school day for Beans and the rest of his friends. Beans was in Mr. Mash's class. Today, Mr. Mash had some news to tell everyone. Next week, he said, we're all going on a camping trip, he said excitedly. So remember to bring some warm clothes and waterproofs. You can never trust the weather. Now don't forget to choose your camping buddy. Remember, you will be sharing a tent with them, so choose wisely. Sausage paired up with beans. Cheese paired up with onion. Pea paired up with carrot. And bread paired up with milk. So that meant that Spud had to pair up with Chili. The problem with Chili was that he was loud, rude and extremely bossy. Poor Spud. I'm not sure I'd like to share a tent with Chili. The weekend soon passed, and it was time for the school camping trip to begin. The bus dropped Mr. Mash and his class to a woods at the top of a very steep hill. The views were incredible. You could see all of Foodland from the top of the hill. What an excellent sight to go camping, smiled Mr. Mash. Come on, everyone, let's put up our tents. Beans had been camping many times before. It didn't take him and Sausage long to put up their tent. Soon pea, carrot, bread and milk, and cheese and onion all had their tents pegged in too. Mr. Mash was impressed. Good work, class, he smiled. But what about Spud and Chili? Spud was having problems. He was trying to put up his tent with Chili barking out the instructions. Spud! Spud! You're not doing it right, he shouted. Spud grew more and more frustrated. In the end, he asked Beans for help. Sausage and Mr. Mash both helped too. That's better, said Beans. Now you'll have your tent up too. After setting up the tents, Mr. Mash took his class on a long walk to explore the woods. Sausage and Beans found a rope swing hanging from a branch that overlooked a small stream. Sir, please can we have a go? They asked. Okay, replied Mr. Mash, but be careful. So while Sausage and Beans played on the rope swing, Pea, Carrot and Milk were looking for animals living close to the water. Pea caught some fireflies in a jar. Carrot spotted some squirrels up in a nearby tree. Milk had packed a fishing net, and he caught some tiny fish swimming in the stream. Bread found a badger set. Cheese and Onion made a den out of branches from a fallen tree. Meanwhile, Mr. Mash was looking worried. Has anyone seen Spud and Chili? He asked. Up here, sir, called a voice. It was Spud. Mr. Mash looked up. Spud, what are you doing up there? Spud and Chili wanted to build a treehouse. Well, when I say that, I mean Chili wanted to build a treehouse. Where's Chili? Asked Mr. Mash nervously. Right behind you, sir. Chili had managed to climb down from the tree, but Spud got his foot caught in the branches. Help me, sir! Help get me down, please! Oh dear, don't panic, said Mr. Mash, who was panicking himself. Don't worry, said Beans bravely. I'm coming to save you. Sausage, throw me the rope swing. I've got an idea. Beans grabbed hold of the rope swing and swung himself towards Spud's tree. When I swing towards you, I want you to grab my hand, said Beans. Get ready, Spud. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Beans stretched out his arms and managed to grab hold of Spud. Good work, Spud, he said. Meanwhile, Sausage had climbed up the tree and released Spud's foot from the branches, allowing him to grab hold of Beans and jump onto the rope swing. Spud was safe. Well done, Beans. Well done, Sausage. Mr. Mash was relieved. I think we've had enough adventures in the woods today, he said. Let's go and have some marshmallows around the campfire. So Mr. Mash built a campfire and the class had toasted marshmallows for tea. Sausage and Beans told ghost stories. Poor Spud got spooked and had to hide in his tent. Sausage told stories until the moon came out with the stars. But Beans had the best story to tell. It was a story about a potato who got stuck up a tree and had to be rescued by a tin of beans. That sounds like something familiar, doesn't it? Ha ha! And that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.